Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Rift or Drift tournament powered by HNT. And today it's your boy STZ with the caster known as Fredo. Will be joining with me to cast out this game number one at Rift or Drift. And this realm of rivals tournament has been going on since week, and we have been seeing a lot of skirmishes, a lot of matches and a lot of hit up moments as well. But today, it will be two teams who are going to fight with each other. I know one team closely because one of the player of that team is one of my friend, which is Lens Bro. He's from Team Inferno. So Team Inferno is going against Megatron C3 Meraki. We all know Megatron C3 Meraki, and Team Inferno are new into the scene and they are here to create their own aura or their own name in this tournament scenario. So, Fredo, you know about Megatron C3 Miraki, but I'm sure that you not much, habituate with Team Inferno. I think so.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about how Team Inferno will be playing tonight because I've not really seen a lot of games from their side. But like you said, if you have someone up there who is in that team and you know something about them, then you can, of course, shed more light on that knowledge.
Of course, of course. He's the one I push rank with, so I know him very nice. I have even played some, well, you can say scrims with him as well, and he's a beautiful roamer. So it's more like, I'm talking about Lens, but at the same time, we all know who is the roamer of Megatron C3 Meraki. It is Super M, one of the greatest Gatot Kacha player. But right now in the panel, we have the Rift or Drift leaderboard in which Shadow Esports are shining on the top by winning out three of the matches and getting six of the points for them. Whereas Yama Esports are into the number two and Godlike into number three. Can you just believe this, Fredo? Godlike number three. The team which is top in each and every tournament here in the leaderboard, they are in number three.
Yep, and with that, they have still not been, of course, knocked out of the tournament yet. Shadow Esports have qualified, and they are the first ones to qualify. Meanwhile, the rest of the members still in Zone 3. And with that, we have the next round of the table. And yeah, if we can take a look, it's going to look even more interesting as Team Revelation are also up there and they have been disqualified. They are the first team to lose that spot. I don't know, the esports, Snowflake, Blinders, Bird Can't Fly, all these teams out of the tournament already. Team Inferno, the only one still in place and still, going to fight still. And Forge and Rift, as you can see, Forge meaning the number of wins and Rift meaning the number of matches that they've lost. So if you
Yeah.
lose three, then you are out of the tournament. That is exactly why the rest of the teams are not knocked out, but their other teams have all been knocked out, and that's why the other teams they still have a second chance. The only one qualifying is Shadow Esports, and they are probably the most lucky ones out there, but they definitely have put in the work as well.
So tonight, when I just opened the group for the casting slot, I saw the name of day is the Decider Day. It's because all the teams who are going to play the matches are really deciding their future in this tournament. Because so far they have grinded a lot and they have done a lot in this leaderboards throughout these leaderboards. But today is the Decider Day. Today is the day they need to show their best. Otherwise, the worst will come, that is bye bye from the tournament, a bit to a farewell. But I hope Team Inferno as well as Megatron C3 Miraki will be playing their best game in this tourney, in this match, of course. Let's see what will be their strategy because sooner we will be going into the draft phase.
Yes, and with that, we're into the draft phase right now. And as you can see, Team Inferno are the ones playing, and it's C3 Meraki up against them. Team Inferno onto the blue side, C3 Meraki onto the red side. And I was not going to say this, but man, one of these teams is going to be really, really upset tonight because, yeah, this is a knockout match. The one who loses will be out of the tournament. They will be out of the Rift and Drift rounds. And of course, none of these teams want that to happen, so they have to perform at their best. And let's see if Team Inferno right here will be able to live up to the expectations that we are hoping, for them to live up to. Because C3 Meraki is definitely not going to give them an easy time, especially even in the draft section right now. As you can see, both the sides are taking their time. Team Inferno planning their next move very, very well. And I'm going to be getting interesting as well as to, what kind of bans and picks are they going to go for? Because I feel like both the sides have definitely shown that they're capable of going with some crazy drafts. But yeah, I'll not be surprised if they go for the usual fighter meta oriented draft right now. And even the Sora could be coming up as well.
Sora, the new hero, and doing a lot much in the land of Dawn because of the three forms he's having: a tanky form, attack form, and a sustain, total sustain, not even a tank, utility form, you can say. So with those forms, he can really gonna give a lot of hard saves to those backliners. So do to the jungler as well, and he will be giving a lot of problem during the team fight. But apart from Sora, let's talk about the respect for Megatron C3 Meraki. You see a name there, Super Im. That guy really play Katotkacha and Kalea so well that he can carry the whole team with his roamer hand. So if team Megatron C3 Meraki are getting their comfort picks into their hand, it will be a little bit, harder for the side of Team Inferno to actually cope up with it. But I believe they will be taking off something which can counter the meta as well. But at the point, we're seeing the banning phase and the Chushin and Valentine, not the Valentina, it is the Yuzong. Chushin and the Yuzong will be taken out. What do you think about the Lapu Lapu, Fredo?
Well, I feel like the Lapu Lapu is I mean, it's ban worthy at the same time. You can actually play around that hero. It's not really something that will overwhelm you if you know how to deal with it. So that's why I feel like it's not worth banning. But yo, Sora getting banned out here immediately, like I was saying, this hero is such a menace and it has been left open a lot of times in a lot of games, even in the M series. And the ones that have had this hero on their side have had very good win rates. So I'm pretty sure Sora is a hero that needs to be getting banned out, but I'm not really sure about why the Cyclops has gotten banned here from the side of Trimiraki.
Due to the CD, I believe, because the cooldown is so less, Redo, you can really spam out three of the skills of Cyclops, and the speed is there as well. He can dodge it out a lot of skills. So that might be the reason he got the skin buff, you can say, after the SpongeBob
Okay.
SquarePants skin. So that might be the reason Team Megatron CT Miraki went for that Cyclops ban. But after the Cyclops, we're gonna see the CC ban coming here. The CC is a very nice flex hero. You can actually use it out to the EXP, so to the goal lane. So banning it out is giving a lot of options to actually go into the goal lane, like a Granger, or maybe you can go up with a Moskov. At the same time, if you're really going for, unusual draft, you can actually try out the Ixia as well. But now in the last ban from the side of Team Inferno, it will be a Lapu Lapu coming in. As we mentioned before, that this Lapu Lapu is having a lot of potential into the EXP, so do into the gold, and he can easily rotate out during turtle and macro fights. But now the first pick coming in, Super M Gatotkacha is open, Super M Kalea is open. He can actually go for it. Otherwise, they can go with the Ishan Shin jungle, but no, they're actually prioritizing the Esmeralda here.
Yeah, they're prioritizing the Esmeralda because they know what works in this meta is sustain. And of course, a lot of mobility as well coming through. With the help of that Esmeralda, it could be sent to either lane gold or EXP. It will work definitely. And at the same time, the jungle is another role that needs to be given priority. And the best pick option out there is the Eastern Shin, and they go right away for it here. I'm not going to be surprised though if Hayabusa shows up on the opposite side. We do know it has got a nerf, but the amount of times it has been used in the M series, I do feel like it still is there in the meta if you know how to use it perfectly, and that's why I am expensive here going for that Hayabusa pick. Megatron are definitely looking at this draft very confidently. They are not really going to get skated by the fact that there's a Hilda on the other side. They're still going for the Hayabusa, but I do feel like they need to do something about this Hilda's presence because if the mid laner is or not someone that can deal with the Hilda, then the Hilda is going to be very, very annoying for the Hayabusa.
And we are about to know which map it is. After the draft completes, we will get the knowledge of map. So if it is a dangerous grass or a broken wall, the Hilda will actually be a lot more vulnerable towards the side of C3 Meraki. But they're going with the comfort and picking out the Ishan Shin and taking it out from the hand of I'm expensive is actually a good thing coming out from the side of Team Inferno. They really
भाई अभी बिजी हूँ मैं बाद
gone
में कॉल
through the
करता हूँ ठीक है
homework. They really gone through the homework. And yeah, I was talking about it. So they really gone through the homework, and therefore they went for that Ishin Shin pick. But at the same time, Team Megatron TP Meraki literally went for the counter here. That's the Hayabusa, which can easily counter out the Ishin Shin there. But into the EXP, and I mean not into the EXP, but into the mid, another band coming out from the side of Team Inferno here. That is Eve ban. We're gonna see it out, and oh my goodness, Harlot is being taken out. The last ban coming in, another mid laner, a Fursa, or maybe they can go up with like a Fursa or maybe Selena or what else it could be.
Okay, we're going to see the Grandeur band coming up here. Granger is definitely a ban-worthy hero. I would say it is the best marksman out there available in this meta. So it does deserve the ban slot that it has been given right now by Team Inferno. On the other side, Team C3 Miraki, are they going to go for a goal lane ban or are they going to ban our heroes that will make them uncomfortable? Ah, there it comes, the carry. With the spinning light wheel, it can melt down any hero. The true damage shreds through you, even though you have the blade armor. But even then, I don't really think it's going to be the wisest choice. You could have still went in for another aggressive, I would say, another fighter ban, I would say, because there is the option of still picking up the Bakshia as the roamer. So they could have went for that, but they did not go for that.
Yep. And like Super Aim and Zenny. I mean, Super Aim already been taken out the Gatotkacha. I'm damn sure about it. But Gatotkacha, what else can good with the Gatotkacha? And Alice, they can go with an Alice Gold as well if they really wants to flex that fighter meta like a sandwich. But there you go, a Thamuz coming in here. And it's more like you're actually going to see Team Inferno who can actually go for two fighters for their side because of the Ishin Shin pick they are having for them. But there you go. Oh my goodness. We're gonna see a Kagura. I was hoping for a Selena, but now there is a Kagura coming here, as well as a Harith. I mean, after a long time, I'm going to see a Harith into the goal. But it's more like, I mean, as you mentioned, the Granger, he is always better in each and every meta. So do the Harith. If the user is good, he can actually take out the whole game into his hand. But what I'm seeing is not so familiar with me. I thought that Hilda was going for Rome, but no, this Hilda
Same,
is
same.
actually an EXP Hilda, and there is a Tammuz Gold, whereas a Tigreal Rome is coming. Tammuz Gold against a Harith. What do you think, Frida?
I'm not really sure. I think it could be the Hilda as well. It could go any lane. But okay, we're going to see what is going to become the map, and it is going to be the Broken Walls map, which has been chosen, and that is what is going to be getting played here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the realm of rivals, and brought to you by HNT, and definitely a very, very good show of visuals right now. As we can see, the map already a lot of pressure, a lot of gank happening through into the turtle area for that Bulbasaur, and let's see who get that one.
Of course, the match is on, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the decider day? It is Team Inferno going against Team Megatron C3 Meraki. And this BO1 will actually decide a lot of things for the side of Team Inferno. One win for Megatron, and they will be qualifying for the tournament next round. Of course, that is the semi-finals round. And with that, before that, we're gonna see a little bit of skirmish onto the top side. They're really going for that goal lane trap, but they'll be acquiring that crab out from the hand of Harith.
Yeah, they were able to get that crab away. They do not want to give any sort of farm to the Harriet because Harriet, of course, being the menace that he is, he can dish out true damage. And with that, okay, the vision provided here, Lens has to be careful. He has his HP bar on half health, and Hayabusa just plays the shadow. Does he want to commit? The revitalizes helps him sustain through all that damage, and he will still be safe under the tower for now.
And there you go, the first turtle coming in, and it's more like a C curve being made by the side. Not a C, it's an arrow curve. Not a, I mean, arrow has been made by the side of team C3 Meraki here. They're really going for the turtle, but can we see a class still coming here? Hilda showing out the zone, but no, there will be no retribution battle coming in. And Kagura will actually taking out the turtle there. A little bit of poke coming out from the side of Megatron C3 Meraki, and they're really going for the invasion onto the blue buff. But before that, up team fight coming in. Oh my goodness, the trap has been done, and there you go. Hilda is going 1v3 there, but it will be a little bit of, you can say, retaliation coming out from the side of Team Inferno. They
Oh,
really don't want to go for a fight. Oh, but what just happened? Beautiful chase down
wow.
onto the Eastern Shin and managed to take him down inside the jungle area. But boom! There will be the rock whips coming in. A redemption instantly from the side of Team Inferno. 1-for-1 the trade is. Macro being done by the side of Megatron CT Meraki.
Yep, they're
Asian
trying to take away some creeps here and there because they know that the enemy jungler was just take him down. They want to deny him as much farm as possible. You do not want the Essential on the enemy side to be getting farmed because that is the only person on the enemy side that can actually carry the entire game if he gets farmed. They do not want to give him the snowball, and that's exactly what Super Im is trying to avoid with the help of, just taking down some of those creeps here and there. And now a gang could be coming up to the top side. They're already setting up for that. Harry has to be really careful near the bushes. The range of that Kadita's first skill is very, very long. And okay, that was a very nice dodge there from Ching. And that means all those skills of Kadita have been burned out. And Super Im knows that. And they're going to hunt that Kadita down now if it is
Falling Moon.
possible.
Okay, Lens is right now getting cornered out there. Falling Moon just comes onto him. But this time it will be onto the top side. You're going to see that the four members rotation coming out into the mid. They're really going for a gank, or it's just a poke. It's just a poke though. A lane cutting by the Esmeralda onto the gold side. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, you really went for a Thamuz EXP against a Esmeralda, but at the same time, you went for a Hilda, not a Hilda, but a Terizla gold. So will this gonna work against the Harriet? That's the biggest question. But the second turtle into the action, guys. Let's see. In the land of Dawn, who gonna have the second turtle? It might be the Hayabusa. Went for the Oogie Shadow kill. Retribution comes up. He got the second turtle into his hand.
Whoa.
Summon Force coming over there, as well as the Chrono Dashes. It will be the Helda falling down into the hand of Haya. Oh my goodness. Flicker comes up. He managed to survive somehow, the Terizla.
Yo, that's crazy. The way they just played that turtle fight right from the side of Citrus Meraki has gave them that advantage in the terms of goalie that they were looking for. And now into the, oh my god, 3-man on a Terizla. That is not the best thing to do. Terizla does not get taken down that easily, but there comes Ugi Shadow will be going through. But oh, it is actually the Harry that gets that down. Terizla down with the true damage, but a lot of damage being done onto the Hayabusa as well. He gets the Ugi Shadow kill. He will survive though. He will get bursted down by the rough waves, and Super Im as well taken down very, very low. Zenai is still trying to sustain, still wants to go in, and he actually gets a kill in the 3v1 situation on Redstone. Bluestone here as well, very, very low. But oh, Godfather Handy coming up with the combo, but oh, the combo missed out there, and he will be the one getting punished instead. But there comes Zenai, and he goes in for the revenge kill onto Bluestone, and with that, it's a 2-for-1 trade.
Of course. What a game coming out here. But you're gonna see that onto the top side. Oh, literally a little bit of poke onto that Hilda though. But this is what we can say, even though C3 Meraki is literally getting those neutral objectives for their side, but there you go, a beautiful
Oh,
way to knock out Harith from the land of Dawn with the rock waves, finds his way in the bush, and not only into the bush, he finds the kill as well beautifully, and the setup was so good. Onto the top side, they're right now going to trap down the Esmeralda, but she will gonna play it safely though, and she does have the stop all. So with the help of the stop all moons, he finds his way back into the safer zone, and in that process, another tier falls down. Top, bot, done. Fredo, do you think this gonna give a lot of lane pressure?
yeah, definitely. I mean, you already have that lane pressure because there's always going to be the Eastern Shield providing vision if you're trying to go for a split push into the mid lane. Though a lot of pressure there onto the Terizla, taking out very, very low flicker force out as well. But there comes the Thamos, and oh my god, take a look at that rough waves coming through as well. A lot of damage being done here. Everything turning around. C3 Meraki have fallen down altogether. Just 2 members left right now. They're trying to go for elimination kill, and it will be the Hayabusa taking one down. Another one could be falling here. Redstone is surviving through, and he will make it through. But Bluestone here could be taking out the Hayabusa. Hayabusa does not really have the shadows, but oh, it just comes down in time. But shutdown secured here by Ching. That rough waves will be punished with that Zaman force and the steps of that Harith. But now Harith up against two members. Turtle secured. But there comes the Hayabusa looking for the shadow onto Bluestone here. Very, very low.
Yeah.
Bluestone has to escape. But oh, he actually escapes using the Traceless. And that is such a narrow escape. But now Hayabusa could be in trouble.
Yeah, beautifully escape out the Ugi Shadow kill there, and he got the turtle as well. This is the third turtle, and it was the first turtle for the side of Team Inferno. They really gained a little bit of more EXP for them. But at the same time, the mid tier is still standing strong, so the lane exposure has not been done into the mid. And if they will be grabbing it up for them, then they will have a little bit more easier way to actually go for more ganks because they do have the Hilda. And I told you the broken wall will actually gonna be a vulnerable map for the side of team CT Meraki. They're throwing out the Hilda to the side of Inferno.
Yes, and as you can see, the map pressure already being built. There is the Hilda who is always providing constant vision at the same time. The YSS with his ultimate as well, always providing the vision so that he can go and safely clear those lanes. And that is exactly what he's doing right now. As you can see, the Esmeralda is pushing in, but he knows that the Esmeralda is alone, so he does not really waste too much time and goes in for the clear. And of course, Hilda with the faster rotations always providing more vision than the enemy roamer. Gatot, on the other hand, he cannot really do what Hilda is doing, like providing pressure in the jungle area and providing more vision because he lacks the mobility. And of course, he does not have enough damage like a Hilda does. I mean, he does have damage, but it's not so much like a Hilda, right? So
Yeah,
that's the reason why Team Inferno, in terms of macro, they definitely have the advantage. And like you said, in terms of even the team fight potential as well, they have a better team fight potential. Unless, and I mean, the first thing that they have to do is actually mark down the right person. And if they can do that, then I think this fight could be breaking
okay.
out.
Okay, the fight break out there with the Zaman force coming in. The Hayabusa went for the backline, but he will be sustaining out beautifully. My
Oh,
goodness, he comes back with a quad shadow, but now he got trapped down. The rough waves comes in, and the Hayat falls down there beautifully. With the Strafa Moon coming in, the Esmeralda is getting chunked down with the damages. But he managed to survive there, goes back into the safer position, but without the retreat holder, it will be easy for the Megatron CT Meraki to actually go and contest this lot for them. And the first lot is going into the hand uncontestedly for the side of Team Inferno. Not only that, they're at the same time, simultaneously, they're taking up the fight in the mid lane. They're putting the pressure into the mid lane. Okay, Super M comes for the zone, but the retribution will be there from the side of Team Inferno to actually going for this Lord for their side. Having this Lord and taking out those two tiers from the bottom and the top, they will actually gonna have more tiers this time.
and it's going to get even more interesting as time goes on because the macro game will be coming into play as well anytime soon. And especially if this inhibitor gets taken down here right now. But there seems to be no wave management happening on the top side. They need this Lord to push through. And with that, okay, this Harith to be getting sandwiched here, but Zenai comes in for the backup as well. Oh, that's a very big miss from Redstone, and he will get punished immediately. But oh, the rough wave saves him actually. That was a bait or something. And it works out in their favor as Super Imp got taken down. And now Zenai could be falling as well. Blue Stone and Zone, Black Stone, Red Stone, all these stones on the map right now coming through to try and take down this inhibitor. But they will back off and instead focus onto the mid lane tier 1, which has been standing for way too long, and get that down now. Going for the second one. Let's see if Hani can protect this with Zenai.
Of course, now the Lord marching inside the tier. It just got deleted down as well, but the tier 2 will be falling down as well. Beautifully exposing the whole jungle area for the side of Team Inferno here. And they now gonna have those team fights frequently at this point. And there is the invasion this time coming out from to the Megatron CT Meraki. They're not looking in a good position at this moment. And Team Inferno, do or die moment for them, decider game for them. They need to show their best, and they're showing their best as well. But CT Meraki was the fault here. They started it so well for them, but then the power shifted into the hand of Team Inferno, and they kind of having more, you can say, macro build up for them as well at this moment.
Yeah, definitely. They need more and more such moments to, actually shine. And C3 Meraki trying their best to get back the control of their jungle area. They're throwing numbers into the top side so that they can gain more control and have a safe lane clear up top. And that's exactly what the side of Team Inferno is also trying to exploit, because now they can try and just wait for them to make that engage first so that they can bounce back right on. And they're sending the Hilda down, they're sending the Kadita down into the top side, bottom side right now, as they will also try to scout out for picks across the map. And that is exactly what the Kadita specializes in, so it should not be a problem. But the thing is, the fact that they're not having any control over the map, Ichimiraki are just forced to play in their own jungle area. They cannot really go outside their own area and go for a macro play, because it means risking the punishment that they could be getting instantaneously. And look at that top side lens there.
Of
3v1.
course, the fight started beautifully. The Monfors popped up. The Moose going with the Lava Mon, but it will be Bluestone falling down. Hayabusa finds his way onto their jungler, and the Lord comes in here, and with the Richie Holder going down. But there you go, the Kagura falls down as well. 1-for-1, the Tradius, and now Super Him is getting trapped down. He's getting cornered, and he just got diminished there as well. And now the Temu is going 1-2-1 onto the Esmeralda. He can't absorb all those damages. He falls down there into the hand of the Kadita. Now there's a Monfors once again popped up. The Chrono Dash is going on. This Synchrona Fusion is coming in as well, but onto the top side, they're going into the inhibitor directly. They don't want to deflect onto the Lord. They really want to destroy the inhibitor out and open the Nexus for them, but no, they can't do it at this moment. They need to go back because of the, minions flow not being there for the side of Team Inferno at this moment, but there is a flow coming into the mid side.
Yeah, and that is going to be a very, very easy lord, it seems, unless and until the AOG comes through. Because take a look at the side of C3 Meraki, they also have those green lights available. And no, though, but take a look at that. That is going to be an easy lord, because the lane pressure was there onto the top side. And oh my god, look at the way this Thamos is just ripping through the HP bars of that Gatot Kacha. True damage, piercing through. Godfather Hanny could be getting caught here. He's used to force out a flicker. And oh, penalty zone just misses out by a bit. But the lack of mobility will now pay the price once again. Two flickers already burned out here on the side of Citri Miraki. Just one more remaining, which is the Harriet. And the Harriet has to be really careful here. Going too much far ahead could be a very big problem. If he dies here, the Lord could just push through easily. So he has to stay alive. Now though, the fact that the minion waves are being set up here, this could be a better lord for the side of Team Inferno, as they will be looking to take complete control of the map. At the same time, they will be trying to set up the waves and get those inhibitors cracked down open as well, because the game, if it goes longer, then I feel like it could be turning either ways as well, as you know that this Esmeralda is going to sustain the heck out of.
Bounty Shocker release. Zone comes up from the side of Team Inferno. Lord marching onto the top side, but there is the minion flow onto the bot side as well. They're just giving out the pressure. They find the inhibitor and opening up the nexus for them. Bounty Shocker released at this moment. Kagura falls down. Beautifully finds their way. Rockwips comes in. The Lord marching inside the nexus. Super Imp falls down. And it will be big slope as well. But they are just going for the base, for the nexus. They will be claiming the throne and winning the game. Team Inferno are still alive in the Rift or Drift. They got their forge into their hand against Megatron CT Meraki, one of the best team of India, just got down by an underdog team. And of course, this was so good from the side of Team Inferno. They really played so
Yeah.
well and finds their win in this leaderboard.
I'm not really sure how, the people will be reacting to it right now, because I'm pretty sure that nobody expected Team Inferno to win coming into this match. Neither did me, neither did Ashley, neither did anyone else. Well, maybe Ashley did, because he does have his friend out there, right? But other than that, I don't really think anyone else would have even thought of Team Inferno winning out this match, because everyone clearly knows what C3 is. People clearly know who Megatron is. We have seen a lot of times the side of Megatron and the side of CJ Miraki doing a phenomenal job. But this time around, they were not lucky enough, because, of course, sometimes the underdogs are supposed to win. And that is exactly what Team Inferno did tonight. Come out on top. And, of course, every team fight going in their favor, they did not even hesitate to take those team fights. They were the one going for the aggression. And it paid off in the end for them, as they take this win away and knock out C3 Miraki.
That was a beautiful game. I mean, even though CT Meraki was having their comfort for them, they got the Super Im, got his Gatot Kacha, and but I am expensive. He's so good with the Ishan Shin. He really picks the Ishan Shin in the first. But today, the Ishan Shin went into the hand of Team Inferno, and then they really do so well with that. And so far, I will say like you can say with the map, the danger, the broken wall, the picks were so suited along as well because they have that Hilda for them. They got the Ishanshin as well. They got the, I mean, Terizla as well. So a lot of you can say crowd control potential comes up from the side of Team Inferno. And in the end, it's the team fights they won, the macro lead they got. They really sums up to the win.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's nothing much more to say than they did fumble tonight. They did fumble tonight. There were a lot of places where it went wrong for them, like especially going for the Kagura pick, right? I mean, I do not know how to react to that, STZ. Going for a Kagura is not the wise choice. I mean, there's a Kadita out there, so the Kadita is not really going to be getting taken down.
But you have to I mean say this Kadita's place was so good. Another MVP
Oh,
comes in and it will be my
Lens.
friend.
Wow.
Okay,
Lens.
that was a good thing. Like casting for out for a friend, and he's getting the MVP here. I'll really screenshot it out and send him there. Congratulations, my boy, getting the MVP. You have done. I mean, you cannot say like this, but I have seen him grinding a lot and not participating in any tournament. And from this year only, he started to participate in tournament in the last December, and now they are really doing so well. And I hope in the near future they will actually be a better team of India as well. But congratulations for the
Wow.
MVP, and obviously 28% onto the kill percentage. 28%. There's the gold of 10,000, near
Wow.
11K, and a beautiful KDA of 307. That was so good, unkillable.
Yeah, unkillable actually, and that's right because he was on zero deaths, and I mean there were a lot of moments where he was outnumbered. It was a 2v3 situation. It was sometimes a 1v4 as well, and every single time that guy he was not going down. I mean I've not really seen a lot of Thamus using the revitalize. I've seen people playing them on the sprint, the vengeance, most of the times the vengeance, sometimes the petrify, sometimes the flicker, but Lens here chose to go forward with the revitalize, and it did work out wonders for him because even in the early game when it felt like he could be getting ganked by the Hayabusa had to think twice because he popped off that revitalize and gained back all the HP that he lost, and that's exactly why I feel like the side of Team Inferno, they did not really constrain themselves to the, I think, the normal roles that you usually play. They went out, and of course, it paid out. It paid them very well tonight because they did get this win and secured their spot, I would say.
Of course, of course. And now that was a suitable victory, but this is not the end, though. Not for the Megatron, CT Meraki, or for Team Inferno.
Okay.
They have a lot more hurdles to pass out as well. Okay, so I mean, let me just I mean, ask: is Team Inferno qualified after winning this game? Okay, so sorry,
Yes.
Team Inferno got qualified for the semifinals, and Megatron C3 Meraki just lost this game. And as we mentioned from the, I mean, before that, this is the decider game, decider day. So really, I mean, hard luck to Megatron C3 Meraki and all the best Team Inferno for their future matches in this tournament. They just qualified for the semifinals, and with this, it's your boy STZ and your boy Fredo. We'll be taking a break and we'll be signing off from this tournament. The newcasters will be joining along soon, and we'll be giving you more two matches, more two decider games. Godlike will be there, so stay tuned with us and don't go anywhere, guys.
Thank you very much.
Hello, hello. Welcome back. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome you back into the realm of rivals. Here we are. New day, new teams, teams waiting to get up to the leaderboard. Now, this is going to be another interesting match because I know a lot of you guys are waiting for. This is going to be Godlike versus Five Finger Discount, both of them sitting onto the same side, Five Finger Discount known for making comebacks, while God, like, they did lose a one match yesterday, gaining a rift point. So let's see. And with that, hello everyone. I'm Peachy, and I'm joined by none other than Asiya today. Hello, Asiya. How are you doing?
Hi, Pichi, and thank you for that warm welcome. I am doing pretty fine, pretty good, and it's kind of cold, so I hope it's warmer at your place. And no, I'm sure it will be. But yeah, just like you said, these are best of one matches, and we do have some, really interesting new system in this tournament. If you would like to elaborate, Pichi.
Let's go. So the thing is, into the leaderboards, we have, we want to have, maintain some consistency within the teams, so that the teams won't be having, imbalance of matchups against, winning team versus losing team. So this is the rift draft system we have. So basically, teams winning will be winning the forge points that will be plus 2 points onto their hands, and the teams who scores four uh, points onto their hands, they are getting qualified directly for the semifinals. So let's see what is it going to be. And back again into the drafting section now. This is going to be the best of one. Both the teams, as we know, they are on the same plane. They had the same score as of now. But if Team Godlike wins this match, they are getting qualified for the semifinals. But same goes for Five Finger Discount as well. So let's see what we have in our hands. So far, I do believe we will be getting, those classic bands such as the Grog, the Lapu Lapu, or, they should be doing the respect band for Romcom today.
Well, I would say since God, like it, we all know how good the team is, right? And like, how much can you respect band for one person? It's like the hero pool is just so vast. You'll have to ban out. You will need like 50 bans, so that's really not possible. Let's just see though. Maybe just go in for some really OP picks. Maybe those meta picks, which will be coming our pick nowadays, PG.
Oh, definitely. And God, like doing their homework as well. Now, onto the side of Five Finger Discount, the Angela is such a prominent pick for them. So, it is, I believe it is Lobster who loves to play that. So, they have done their bans, they have done their homeworks, which is a good sign right here. Right from the last two games where Five Finger Discount have been playing, they are having that same kind of a bans. But let's not forget Yokoso, who's the jungler right here from Five Finger Discount, have been playing a lot of Lancelot lately. So I want to see if the Lancelot does get banned or not.
Well, I would say he is a pretty strong pick. But then again, um, if he is picked, then there are plenty of ways to just counter him away, right? Maybe pick up something which focuses on the assassin, something like a Kaja, and Art does have a vast hero pool. So they will be picking up whatever they wish for. Maybe Kufra works out, Manzadar works out, Phobius itself can capitalize, and we already know that how good Romcom is on those EXP picks, especially when it comes to Phobius.
That's true. That's true. Now again, both the teams are really strong. I'm really loving how they are target banning as of now. Florian out of the way, Angela out of the way. I do believe next would be the Minotaur maybe, because Minotaur very very strong coming in from into the hands of your squid. So let's see if they do get in or not. But at the same time, now, onto the side of picks though, what are they going to do? One, they do have an option of Esmeralda onto their hands, but at the same time, Godlike can go in for a bit of a counter themselves. So let's wait and watch what will be.
Well, final ban being the Zushin. As we already know, though, she is pretty strong. She did receive some nerfs recently, but then again, that really matter did not affect um, how this mage works out, right? Because right from the early, she's still a monster, especially in this kind of meta where people are again picking up those tanky XPs or tanky jungle or roam, give some edge to your jungle, or maybe to just give some edge to your goal laner. So I would say she's still strong in this kind of meta.
Oh, so let's see if we get our predictions right. Esmeralda already here. That's a very good pick for them. And they usually love to run a goal lane Esmeralda. So I am curious to see if it's going to be a goal lane Esmeralda or not. But at the same time, we do have a bit of situation right here, given the fact that Esmeralda can be countered very easily. Is it going to be a Lapu Lapu today? Is it going to be something like an Akai? But no. Oh, we did forget about the Sura.
Well, Sora is a menace. He's a menace. This guy is a walking disaster. And to top it off, there's a Fanny. Van on a Fanny. We do know that it's his nature hero coming up right there. Now the only question is how five finger discount is supposed to counter this, because either they have to go fully tanky because Van's Fanny is something else, or they have to specifically pick off maybe something like a Joe, maybe something like a Kaja, maybe something like a Franco, just to counter this one guy. Then again, that's the issue, Pity, right? When you have to target lock one guy just to defuse that bomb, it's like you're forced to pick something which you really don't want to.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So let's see what they will be doing. As of now, there is a bit of a surprise pick coming in from Five Finger Discount. I think this is the first Kagura overall that we are looking at, and I'm curious to see how they will be trying to counter this out, despite having a Fanny onto the other side along with Sora. Now Sora, excellent team fight, team fight potential along with damage. So Kalea works very well, but to counter that Kalea, what would Art go in for?
I think at this point, they might go in for a Diggy. I would say really love that Diggy Ixia comp because they will be
Oh,
kind of invincible, but then again, there is an Esmeralda. So maybe they will be looking for some true damage or maybe some burst potential who can give a lot of issues to the ESMA. Because I would say right now, the ESMA as well as Kalia comp is kind of strong, especially in the early. If the Esmeralda really knows how to play well, can actually wreak havoc into the back lines. And considering since both the squishies, Fid as well as Fate, haven't opted for their picks right now, I would say that's a really, really smart move coming in from the side of Team Godlike, because you really don't want to show your cards when there is already such a comp in front of you.
definitely. But right here, looks like unexpected bans are going around onto the side of Team God. Like, wasn't expecting a Ling right here. I do believe this is like the first and the last ban so far we'll be getting in Realm of Rivals, possibly. Given the fact that Ling has been not that much of a popular in this server so far. So let's wait and watch. No Lancelot being picked out, no Lancelot being banned as well. That is quite surprising. So let's wait and watch. Maybe right here, Lancelot does work it out, or God like are trying to take the gamble to give Yokoso the Lancelot.
Some, I don't know. But I guess, and again, PG, that's the issue. The gold laner, will he be a marksman? Because if he will be, then of course picking up the lance or picking up any assassin is the way to go, right? But since
Yeah.
it's not yet revealed, it can be a ruby, it can be a CC, it can be a Lapu Lapu on gold lane. You never know, right? That's kind of issue right here. Maybe I think it will be Bid who will be picking up first because they really want to save, like, have that curiosity card. That what is actually the gold laner right here. So I would say pretty good uh, thinking coming in from that team godlike.
Oh, highly, 100% right there, given the fact that they don't want to open up such heroes, which has a comeback potential, given the fact that, it's Five Finger Discount today. Done, comebacks back to back. Like, they don't have the bit of a early game tempo onto their hands. The mid game also, they kind of struggle with that. But something happens to them during the last few minutes and the last late game that they just turn the tables. So maybe or maybe not today, we will be looking at the same, but one last ban coming in. What is it going to be? Now, again, I am curious if they are going to ban up a bit of heroes such as the Ruby could be such a good, but no, they target bet. They are waiting. They know. And this time around, Valentina could be a good pick though.
Highly, highly possible. Like I would say, the Kalia's alt can be capitalized on. But right now, I would say Fanny really strong in the early. But what about the late game? They do have the Sora. He's a combo. He has CC. He has damage. He has sustain. Whatever you want from him. But then again, a late game, you want some burst. Okay, it is a Paquito. It is a Paquito on the gold lane. Really interesting. Just like I said before. Now the question is Yoko. So what are you gonna do? Because Paquito's burst is really crazy. PG after the buff, this
Yeah.
guy he one shots everything. So Kagura really needs to be careful. She might even not be able to purify and like she can be killed in an instant right now. And same goes if Yokoso goes for any assassin pick. He really needs to be careful of the Paquito as well as the Fanny and Sora comp coming up.
They're waiting. They are trying to take their own time as of now to make sure they have the bit of advantage over them. So let's wait and watch what will be they picking. His Lancelot is definitely a very good pick right here. I would believe, playing over comfort, but no, that's the case. We got a surprise pick. Joy finally coming here. Along with the Joy, there is a carry though. Now, carry positioning wise, they do very, very well. So I do want to see how they will be capitalizing that onto the goal lane against a Paquito. Early game carry, I don't think you will be seeing a bit of an action right there. Mid game, possibly not, but God, like they love to target the marksman as well as the mage a lot. So let's see how the match will be going around.
PT, I look at the Joy and that I think Lance could have been a better option because at least he is hard to catch, right? He has so many immunity skills out there. But Joy, I think I think she might have tough time because you want to take down the squishies. But right now it is a Fanny. How will you hold on to a Fanny? And Godlike, they have already banned out the Fredrin, which is a potential, not a potential, really good counter for the Fanny. And like, who is Joy even gonna kill? I wonder, really wonder. Like, they did pick up the carry, her range is pretty small, so I think she will be facing a lot of issues here because Paquito can one shot her with the flicker, and Fanny, of course, it's Van on the Fanny, so yeah, she needs to stay on her toes. Sora, again, really hard to kill. Same goes for the Gatotkacha, so I would say it's really, really the marksman pick here kind of 50-50 PG. If she's able to get that farm, she might be able to do something good. If she does not, then she might not. And I think God slightly lies that she might be bullied.
That's true. That's true. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, shortly going towards the land of dawn. This is going to be the best of one series, and teams winning will be trying to qualify for the semi-final. Let's wait and watch what we will have in our hands. As of now, the joy pick. I do feel like in a way they want to make sure the early game potential is there onto their hands, the early game tempo that they are looking for, because Fanny early game works well, so trying to take match the energy, I do feel like that's the case. But oh, okay, top lane, that's a lot of damage though.
First, it is a Sora, but then again, it's also an Esma. But then, can I say it is rom-com? And he will be making use of that potential pretty good. Oh,
Oh, wait a minute. Van though, low on energy, baits it up. I do believe he did get the lethal, but Romcom is actually, getting a lane free. So they just waiting. Oh, maybe there is something brewing. Let's wait and watch.
I mean, it is a carry, right? I mean, just look at her. Just look at Fate. He knows that he has the upper hand. Just one more stack, and Piki, like that carry will be almost down, like half of the HP. So yeah, the poke will be insane. The lane phase will be there, and carry really needs to wait it out. Really wait till she gets that late game farm. But then again, the question is there: will Team Godlike be able to let this monster of a marksman farm?
Ooh, let's see. Van hasn't done any move in a while. Same goes for Yokoso as well. Oh, he goes in. The Joy comes in with the ultimate, but I do believe Fate missed it out. Van trying to look low. He goes in. It is Gabriel. He gets prawns first. There you go. Prawns get cooked.
Well, this is what I was talking about. Meanwhile, just look at Romcom all the way from the top lane, already getting that kill onto the mage too. Versus one, once again, Yokoso needs to be going back, get the turtle. Meanwhile, Carrie already getting bullied
Oh
by Fade. It should just
no.
look at the explainer page. Just look at this.
That is definitely too much. Too much 3v1 situation and Fate leaves 1 HP. That's definitely looking good. But in that manner they do might have to trade up the turtle though. Look, let's see if Van picks it up, and no, it's going to be Yoko. So Van all alone with cables while Fate picks up as much as gold from the bottom lane. Now Van did pick up one kill. Wait a minute, Romcom jumps in. He's trying to get his damage up along with the CC. He does not get it, given back that joy with his unlimited mobility.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, just look at him. Just look at the one, not one punch. It's like a badang, flying badang. But Van goes in, trying to grab onto those low HP kills. Well, that is one for you. But Romcom definitely making the play. This what shows that how OP
Oh no.
EXP. Huh?
This is what I was talking about. Team God like loves to bully the marksmen as well as the mages and Romcom right away. Trying to capitalize as much as into the mid lane, but into the bottom lane, Art joins up. There's just a lot of damage. They are not able to, and also the tank is not able to come up with a plan right here. Along with the carry. So that's quite unfortunate. Oh, yeah, Tsunami Slam. Joy try to jump in. Fate will he be taken down? He does have a bit of a shield, and yup, he will be down. There's going to be a 3v1 situation once again. But wait a minute, Romcom quite low though. Octopus winning up the top lane.
Well, yep. Okay, Van.
Oh, wait a
He's just
minute.
dancing around with the cables. Basically, at this
Yeah.
point, he will be able to go back too. But it is the Kalia who he takes down right before the next turtle. He will be just going back for now. Then again, the synergy, also with the Faramis as the mage, gives them extra survivability. So I think
Oh
it's really
no.
hard. Oh my god.
Oh, Kagura though with a good amount of combo in our hands, but the netherworld, nether realms just sails it out. But okay, top lane, your octopus gets taken down. That's godlike with the early game tempo onto the hands. Look at that, 8 kills already. Kalia comes in, jumps with a tsunami slam. There's nothing much that Lobster is doing, but I do believe she is trying to run away as much as possible. Okay, your squid comes up with the spinning light wheels, but prawns go. Both the teams are waiting. Okay, Fate, he's getting chased down by Squid, but no, the
Oh,
burst. The burst is so nasty.
trying to, I would say, without damage, trying to take down the Paquito. That too in the early. Not a good move, not a smart move coming in from the side. As you can already see, Team Godlike is in a better situation right now. Easy turtle for them too.
Highly agree. Here you go, Octopus all alone. I don't think that was a very good option to go. But wait a minute, jumps in. AOG doesn't manage to catch the joy. As of now, Team Five Finger Discount are really pushed down. The turrets are falling down, the minions are, but more than the turrets, it's just them themselves falling. Okay, Kalea though, wait a minute. Oh, Romcom, there you go, picks it up. This Tsunami Slam is there, but the Netherrealm saves Romcom. Now the suppression is there, but wait a minute, there's too much turret damage for Romcom. He's still out of the way, but bid. I don't think that's the case right here. Your squid with the spinning light wheels, he's there, are looking quite low, and there you go. It's a 0 for 1 trade. Oh, it's not over. Mid lane gone. Van tries to pick up some crumbs, and then he gets Octopus. Oh my goodness, that's an EXP laner getting slain by a jungler.
Look at the level difference. Just look at the level difference. Just look at the retribution gap. Even the blue is denied for the joy. And it's only 6 minutes into the game. It's like 4K difference in gold. Team Godlike definitely playing a really godlike game. Complete domination. A macro into their hands. All three first they're taken
Oh,
away.
oh no.
Damage Peachy that even Esmeralda won't survive.
Oh my goodness, what is happening? Okay, Yokaso though, he's quite low. His blue buff taken, snatched. His orange buff snatched as well. They're playing, despite tier 2 standing strong, they're playing around the inhibitors. That's how strong they are. Romcom goes in, he does a great amount of CC, but the revitalize is there from your octopus. Gives a bit of a saving grace, but not for prawns who take so much damage. Here you go. Netherrealm is there for Romcom once again. Lobster trying to deal some damage with her umbrella. Now that's not enough damage. They have to make sure that the carry is coming up with the damage, but the damage transfer though because of bed right here, it's just too much.
7 minutes into the game, Romcom being an absolute menace, I'd say they wasted a lot of time on that goal lane Paquito. You're right. They could, since there was a Fanny and they already knew that there was a Fanny, they could have picked up maybe some more tanky kills, maybe a Diggy.
Oh, maybe possibly, but your kid will be busted down. That will be banned for you. Oh, wait a minute, but Kagura though shut down, takes it away onto the front lane. There is Yokoso dealing damage. That's a splendid 1 for 2 trade. But fate is not over. He wants to go in. He gets octopus, but Kagura tried to save.
Yeah, she did try, but the level difference is insane. Just look at it. Level 7 versus level 10, 11. Look at the damage coming in, even from bid. One strike from the second skill, it's kind of over for half of the people out there. Carry, like they do have the late game card, they do have the carry, but carry does not have any farm. And Yoko again, I'd say one of the jungler Joy who really needs some snowball. And if you're losing, then you just keep losing. Or like isn't a team who will give them the snowball they are actually looking for.
That's true. Once again, Yokoso will be taken down. Jeroncom waiting it up. He jumps in. There's Fate for you. Art jumps in with the AOT. There's nothing much that he can do. Kalea shut down. Fate right there. Netherrealm is there, but they are still waiting it out. Art gets busted down as well. Romcom might be next, and yep, that is Romcom getting busted down as well. And that's a 3 for 3 situation. Good trade coming up. Now, this is the moment I was talking about. 5 finger discount are coming up with a bit of a comebacks, but they're still short of it.
But yeah, definitely the goal lead is way too much now unless the team godlike they decide to throw intentionally and give away some shutdowns. I think it's pretty hard for the side of Team Five Finger Discount to actually make a comeback because Esmeralda is pretty strong in the early. Then the early has been taken away. Same goes with Joy, really needs some farm but does not have that. And again,
Oh,
bid.
oh no. Oh no, he tries to get picked up, but he's looking quite low. Your octopus capitalizes the kill. Here you go. Kalea with the tsunami slam, but Fate looking quite low. Van jumps in as well. He does have enough energy. He tries to go in for Squid, and Squid will be taken out. Here you go. As Romcom also tries to come up with a bit of a CC on his hands. Oh, the burst, the nasty burst coming in from Fate this time. 4 members down for none.
Well, I would say not enough damage, not enough crowd control. Like they do have the single target with the Kalia, and probably I would say she can mark down Van. Then again, there's so much follow up. Wait, the burst is insane. Bit is always there with the Netherrealm just to save the Romcom, who is doing so much frontlining. The XP gap is insane.
Oh no! My goodness. Van, he almost took down. He almost, but okay, that was definitely a good option. Okay, Kalia though, good amount of CC right here, but Dromcom does get in a window of opportunity right here. Goes in for the damage. Your prawns will be taken down. Yokoso as well as Squid, as there's Lobster as well, trying to deal damage. They are unable to. Octopus takes out so much damage. Fate will be slashed down, but Romcom might be next, but he is out of the way. Yokoso though capitalizing that moment. There's a bit of a flicker. AOG comes in for Art. He's looking quite low. He's trying to taunt in, but in that moment, Bid capitalizes with Squid right there. But wait a minute, Octopus though, that's a bit of an overextension.
Look at the damage coming from Bid. Look at the damage coming from the Faramis. It's crazy. He did just get Holy Crystal. One shot, people are already down. Is that goal difference is there? And at this point, or like doesn't even Ram.
That's true. That's
He's
true.
not afraid to even do 1 versus 3 at this point. Like they are pretty, I would say, aggressive. They are kind of confident that the match is into their hands. Since Fate is all farmed up, Bit's damage is coming up, and Wan is already there for securing the last hits just to sweep away and plot, I would say, pretty much logged in for them. Right now, what can even Team Five Finger Discount do? The early game has been denied to them, and I would say the draft, like they should have focused more on how to capitalize, or maybe just to keep away Van, and that smart move of hiding the goal laner. That's what I would say the real card in the hands of Team God, like favored their way.
Oh, definitely. Let's see. Okay, wait a minute. Ardo, he jumps in. He tries to get in there. Prawns does get the taunted. But now Octopus, he is the only one waiting to take it down. But Squid, though, oh my goodness. When he's targeting the main targets, this is what Godlike is always known for, 27 kills. But okay, Fate. That is truly a great damage. Okay, no time to waste. Revitalize. I don't think putting up a revitalize
Oh,
was such a good option right here. But the inhibitors are being targeted. Wait a minute. Van jumps in. He's trying to take down Yokaso as well. The octopus though, as well as lobster. They are just taking so much damage. Okay, Romcom though, he does get the CC. There's a Kalia with the damage as well. But wait a minute, Fate taking down so much damage as well. Will be taken down next on the chopping block one by one. It's Art. It's Octopus as well. Wait a minute, Yoka. So he goes in for Bid this time once again. Bid will be taken down. This. Oh, wait a minute. They are not over. It's not over. Van tries to go in for more. Will he be taken down though? He's looking quite low. He does have the energy to get out of the way, but no, he takes down
oh,
Yoka. So the shutdown looking quite good. Another flicker blown by two members of Team Five Finger Discount. They're just not stopping. Romcom, he's all alone. He's trying to deal the damage. Flicker is there. And wait a minute. Squid though, almost getting it. Almost getting it.
crazy. Romcom, he's the man of the match. Right from the beginning, he was in the goal lane at second minute of the game. And that's how OP, like, that's how a good EXP laner you would want for yourself. And right now, like, two inhibitors down, the macro completely in the hands of Team Godlike. Turret taken down from the side of Team Five Finger Discount. And I would say Romcom definitely being the best zone, the best EXP, the best front line, followed up by Bid. I would say that combo coming in from the Faramis really suits a Team Godlike well, because then they really love to play so aggressive, and Bid is like a lifeline in their hands. And I would say at this point, even Fanny is so farmed up that she can just go in, take down Yoko. So Kagura really, even though she is such a mobile mage, then again, she is not, even she's afraid to come into the front lines.
Oh, that's true. Now, they are trying to capitalize from the, breadcrumbs left out, but your Octopus unable to take so much damage along with Yokosa will be going down. Prawns will be the next. Four members are down. It's only Lobster. The Lord is in, and that's a mega victory for Godlike. Oh, wait a minute. Romcom, though. A last minute freeze.
He wants more kills. He's flexing that winter crown inside the fountain. That's how well Team Godlike performed. I would say this was a one-sided massacre. They were
Oh.
really unstoppable. And I would say maybe Team Five Finger Discount. Like I know that there is something called comfort picks, right? But then when facing off a team like Godlike, you really need to adjust. You really need to counter draft the draft. You really need to maybe think a bit on the draft if you really want to win. Maybe put up some fight, right?
Oh, definitely. Now again, they did try to, protect it a lot, but they weren't able to protect from Van though. Van, he was getting the carry as well as Yokaso at the very right moment. Like that was the moment they needed them down, and he did it. So here, draft wise, I would give them a bit, maybe 8 out of 10. They didn't try to, get up such good heroes, but execution wise, I needed them onto the mid lane. Maybe something like a burst, something like a hero that could deal damage, maybe a Farsa or maybe Eve. Eve, I don't think like maybe it wasn't a good option given the fact that she doesn't have that mobility. But again, those extra bit of a slows might have worked against Fate at least.
Definitely. And then one thing I really wanted to, say is that since there was Paquito in the gold lane, I think sending Esmeralda to the gold could have suited them better, right? And carry against Sora could have, I mean, of course, not the early, but then she could have just poked him from a distance. But then, what can I say? Lack of bit area crowd control. Because if you did see Team Godlike had Sora, they had Guru Raja. centered the entire draft around area crowd of control. And of course, that guard of the gold lane was really genius move coming from their part. Of course, Van, like so aggressive, gives the early to the team. So what can I even say? Maybe I would say Team Five Fingers can work on the draft. Then again, they really performed well for a new team because it's the first time actually seeing them.
Yep, that's true. They played out very well, though. I mean, I really love how they come up with the comebacks. And with that, let's go to the MVP section, and it is none other than Bid. I do believe it is his second or the third MVP overall in Realm of Rivals. Now, in this match, he's coming up with a score of 7-3-13. His damage was definitely good.
They have definitely, I would say, bid one of the good mid laners out there. Like his hero pool is so vast, positioning, the way he's always there to support the EXP. I would say the rom-com as well as the bid duo is really good. Some of the early carry for the entire team. Yeah. Then again, of course, bid did perform pretty well, but I would say rom-com is actually the one who impressed me quite a lot.
Oh, definitely. I mean, come on, he came up with the CC a lot. He was trying to get at least two people in on his Sandstrong. And, along with that, the last moment to Winter Crown play as well. Like he knew that timing, okay? Like that was definitely crazy. A match today that we have witnessed.
Definitely, they were enjoying. You could see that they were enjoying the game really well. It's like be as wild as you can. Then with this, ladies and gentlemen, um, uh, this is a best of one, and it will be a team godlike who will be grabbing onto this match. So, Peachy, we will be going in for a short break for the next match, or do we have something left?
So I do believe we have leaderboard, the updated. Oh, okay, okay. Looks like we don't have the leaderboard today. It will be updated onto the last match. With that, let's take a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back for more action. Till then, stay tuned. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are back again at the Realm of Rival match number three. Now, again, it's going to be another interesting match. We were a bit behind the uh, schedule, so let's wait and watch. And with that, let me introduce you the teams. It's going to be Yama Esports versus Team Nextcon. Yama Esports one match away from their, uh, semi-final ticket, but looks like they are here today to trying to get that force point onto their hands. So let's wait and watch if they do get it or not. And with that, hello Asia, welcome back.
Hello, PT, and yes, welcome back, everyone. We are in for another roller coaster match, and Team Yama Esports, one of the familiar teams out there who do perform pretty, like they do perform, they have performed pretty well in previous tournaments too. But the other team is kind of new for me. PT, is it the same for you, or have you seen this team before?
No, this is like the first tournament I have been looking at these teams. Now, again, these teams are quite interesting given the fact that we have seen a lot of new teams, and they have been very proactive. They have been climbing onto the leaderboard. So I am curious to see what we have. Yama Esports onto the blue side, Nexcon onto the red side. Let's see what we have. The ban and the picks, though, I do believe we will be getting something like a grok and everything. The classic signature bans.
Well, highly possible because Brock is definitely a menace. But right now in this meta, we have, I would say, almost all the heroes, especially the XP laners, are kind of a menace. Paquito getting buffed, the tanks, like the damage was increased, so I would say even the tanks are a menace right now. And of course, then we have so many assassins, just like the Lancelot, even the Gusion actually being back in the meta, especially when you go for rank. Let's just see what they go for though, since Team Yama Esports, one of the known teams, so if Team Next gone, if they have done some homework, might be doing some respect bans.
That's true. That's true. Let's wait and watch what we will be getting. So far, I think there have been a lot of matches where Raren's hero bull have been targeted quite a lot, and this match is no less. Again, Raren's hero pool is getting targeted, and he has been resorted to playing such as Guinevere jungle. So let's see if today is another day of we getting Guinevere jungle, or is it going to be an Akai jungle, or possibly an Xbox. So I am curious to know. But other than that, we are getting a bit of a EXP laners getting banned. What about the Lapu Lapu? I do want to see Lapu getting banned though.
Well, definitely he is a menace for the backlines because he can just dive in, right? And a lot of spell vamp into this guy's hands. See, he is the Lancelot of the EXP. Really hard to kill, really hard to catch. And to top it off, if there is an Angela, he's kind of unkillable. So I think the only response to a Lapu is just to pick something who can do the same. Maybe something like a Yuzhong who can just wreak havoc into the backlines, or a Phobius. Let's just see what goes for them though. Because Esmeralda also works out, but then again, a good Lapu can even counter out an Esmeralda, especially because it doesn't matter how you're performing in your lane. What actually matters is how much you are in those team fights, how much of a difference you're doing, how much of a zone you're creating, how much you're tanking, how much is your damage. I would say Lapu Lapu excels at all of that. But with this, all the six bands already up with those flashy, nowadays there are so many skins, Peachy, I can't even recognize new heroes.
That's true. That's true. I mean, and those skins have such colorful palettes as well. So again, let's see what we have into the match today. With that, picking phase has become began. Team Yama Esports with their first pick. What are they going in for? Lapo is open, but no, we did. Oh, why does this hero slips out of my mind?
Menace, right? We already saw rom-com being an absolute terror on this hero, and we will be witnessing the same story go up once again.
That's true. That's true. So let's see what we have. So we We have Sora as the first pick. To counter the Sora, possibly we may be looking at a Lapu Lapu, but on to the other hand, we do need a bit of a team fight composition to actually match this Sora. But onto the side of Team NextCon, they wanna go in for the Lunox. Now the Lunox, long time no see though. I do believe it's been 2 or 3 matches we haven't seen it, and onto the mid lane going in strong. Now Lunox mid to the late game with the items gonna go good, but at the same time, they need to time the order of brilliance as well. That's going to be quite important.
And look at that. We have Karita onto the scene along with Claude. I would say, maybe saving the gold laner could have done them better. But again, Claude is one of those heroes because it really doesn't matter if you have an EXP laner in the gold, something like Ruby, CC, Esma. It works out because late game, this guy just deletes with the DHS. So yeah, not much concern out there. Has a lot of mobility. Pretty hard to catch. Good Claude can actually be the one who can wreak havoc in the back lines. Right now, Team Yamal Esports, they have one diamond. They have actually two diamonds, Vici, and Karita is also okay. It's a three diamond actually. I would say Karita is really dangerous when it comes to picking off the squishies. But then again, I would say Lunox is not an easy target since she does have the brilliance form, right?
That's true. That's true. Both the teams really looking good with their picks. So let's wait and watch what we have on our hands. As of now, back again towards the banning phase. Grok has been banned finally. I was expecting, I was surprised to see that Grok wasn't banned. So this time around, onto the second phase, highly, and that's like the impossible thought of me, and that just happened today. So really, it's good to see that those kind of heroes are banned, but another true damage hero out of the way carried. Now I think the Granger should be targeted as well.
Hmm. Maybe highly possible. And right now, though, pretty strong picks. And just like you said, PT, there is already a Lapu to counter out the Sora. We will be seeing both the EXPs just duking it out in the back lines. Let's just see who comes out on top. Right now, I would say since Garita is one of those mages who can save herself pretty easily, same goes for the Lord. Maybe Lapu might face some issues out there. But then again, same goes for Sora because Lunox has the brilliance form, and we don't really know what the goal laner will be from the side of Team Nextcon. And with this, all the bans set in motion. So, PC, what do you think of those bans?
Oh, the band's looking good. There has been a bit of a hero getting banned. That is Raren's hero pool, which is crazy to see Guinevere onto the ban as well. So that is unexpected. But here we go. Here we go. We did get that. But onto the same time, we're talking about the picks though. Next con, they are yet to pick. Now that they have to do the guessing game. Let's wait and watch what they will be going in for. What is it going to be? Now, I am curious to see for the picks, maybe something like a tankiness onto their side, not trying to not go for a marksman onto the goal lane.
Highly possible, but then they would be needing some burst, which they already do actually have from the Lapu as well as the Lunox. Pretty. Let's just see how they're managing to even tank it up right now. And yes, there is Ruby on the gold lane. She is pretty good towards the late game, so I would say right now a lot of crowd control in the hands of Team Nextcon. But then AOVG Xborg is a disaster for them because this guy nowadays you just put him in the tank emblem, give him Guy Piercer. Late game, this guy is a menace. Because there are so many tanky heroes, three tanks already in the hands of Team Nextcon. Especially Ruby, I might say they might face a lot of issues with this. Plus, they also have a lot of deadly comp. Since the Tigreal has been taken up, so the Karita and Tigreal combo, Tigreal and Xborg combo, the Tigreal as well as the Sora say the entire team fits in pretty well when it comes to crowd control part.
That's true. That's true. And let's see what we have as our map as well. And with that, here we go. It's going to be Oh, expanding rivers. Now that's going to be an interesting though. I was hoping for grasslands given the fact that we got a Tigreal as well, so that's not the case. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into the land of dawn.
Yep, with this, we are into the match one. We can already see a lot of poking happening already. The Tigreal trying to push people away. Same goes for um, the Kalia. I would say both teams are pretty good. They are playing it pretty aggressive. Kalia being really active with the roaming because we can already see her trying to just give vision onto the red, trying to get some EXP to level up. And you know what's the most interesting part here, PG, is like rotation coming in from side of Team Yama. It's more focused towards the EXP because of course it makes sense because the first turtle isn't EXP and Labu is really strong when he gets to level 4. So you really need to maybe, just shut him down, maybe put him a level back before the turtle team fight starts.
That's true. That's true. Let's see who will be the first blur right here onto the top lane. The members have been going around. They want to make sure that Dark won't be a menace right here. So they are waiting it out though. Early game, I don't think we will be getting much of a but action, because the tempo though, it all depends on the jungler who takes it away. Okay, maybe the tempo is trying to be taken away. There's the joy gliding away with the ultimate as well. Thus picks up a bit of resource from their jungle. That's very bold though. But on the other hand, Raren, Xbog, look at them, he's just waiting it out.
Yeah, definitely, and I would say they are playing it really smart because they really want that Firaga armor to pop off before the turtle team fight actually starts. Since Joy's ultimate has already been taken away, it's kind of 38-second cooldown in the early. Right now, just look at it! The first blood, insanity taken away.
That's true. Look at that turtle being contested as well. Win will be taken away. Now here you go. Members are falling down one by one. It's a 1-for-1 trade. And with that, Raden takes the turtle. Now, because Win falling down, that really given that guaranteed of taking the turtle into their hands. But into the mid lane though, that's not over. I do feel a bit of a tension coming in between the tank and the mage, but not much.
Well, yeah, definitely. And with this Team Yama grabbing onto one kill, and this is why Karita is the queen in the early because she's one of the mages with so much burst. Like she can one shot even the EXP. Imagine Lapu Lapu getting taken down by a Karita. And yep, she was camping pretty well. So I would say a really good start for the side of Team Yama. But I do see Tigreal.
Let's wait and watch what will happen now. The members are around the map, and they are trying to get as much as possible. Top lane, there's been a bit of a tension. Bottom lane, we are talking about the same. Here you go. It looks like Yama Esports gathered around 3 score onto their hand. And on the same note, there's going to be, greed waiting it out for the tsunami slam.
Definitely, Yaman Esports definitely having the upper hand right now with the core lead. And I would say Tigreal, we see the combo with the Tigreal, the Karita as well as the Tigreal combo, grabbing onto the kills. What's surprising part about it is like now neat members from the side of Team Nextgun, they even have a single purifier. Just like the amount of crowd control in the hands of um, Team Yama, thing which you really
Wait a minute. Violet as well as Obistisi, they did a very good damage right here in Impulsion along with the rough phase of this is the combo that I was waiting for, and they get it. They get the mage right before the turtle. Now it's gonna be a bit of an easy, but I do like how the EXP are rotating towards the mid lane as soon as possible.
definitely that's what you want from EXPs, right? This is what I was saying, no Purify, and you really be wary of the Tigreal combo because there's a Petrify in the hands of Karita. Even if the combo from Tigreal fails, there's a Karita. There's a Sora just to gather everyone around. They're working really well for the side of Team Yama right now. Like I said before, the entire combo is well thought of. Like they can synergize with each other pretty well. I would say Joy will actually be facing a lot of issues since Raren already has the core lead tanky already.
That's true. The tankiness is definitely coming up, but at the same time, the damage transfer is being so good as well. Look at that. The members, though, they are trying to take down the turrets as much as possible, but into the mid lane, though, Abyss is all alone with the minions. Look at him. Now Toby does gets a bit of, he knows that the members are lurking around from the side of Team Next Con. They are waiting it out for another set, but we only onto the top lane, goes in with the rough waves, doesn't catch any. Rarin also at the top lane, this shows that even if the tank is not there, they are still reliant on the jungler who has the Firaga armor.
Well, yeah, definitely. Like the only way to counter out X-Borg it is the early because the Braga armor is really easy to pop off. But then the late game he becomes a monster, especially on the tank emblem because he soaks up a lot of damage, and especially when the immortality comes up. He has 3-4 lives. Really annoying. I mean, just look at the Tatum and Karita combos left and right, being a menace, being bone of contention for the side of Team Nextcon. This might be, I would say, the reason why they might lose out early, which a joy needs.
Oh, definitely. Let's wait and watch what will happen because the snowball is not there until the answer win. He's trying to go in. He does catch Toby, but at the same time, that was not enough. Looks like the lanes have been swapped quite early on. They know that Dark doesn't need to be much onto the team fights, and they are like okay with that, but win starting over the turtle as quickly as possible. But the Araran, though, he might be losing a bit on his Spraga armor. He's getting targeted along with Abyss TZ. They're waiting for the setup. Obviously, he goes into the implosion. He's looking quite low, but wins will be busted down. That is Khadita for you. Abyss as well picks up a kill, but Raren, Turtle on his hands. Green looking quite low, will be going down. That's an absolute massacre. But Khadita, though, he tried to get then another kill, but that's definitely an overextension.
PJ, I really didn't see that Karita was on the flicker. And when she just used up that second skill and the flicker alt just to combo down that Ruby, so that just reminded me that how good Viol is on the Karita. I would say seen him play Karita a lot of times before, and it's one of her signature picks. Of course, she is the queen right now, unless Mountain just decides to nerf her or revamp her. She's not getting out of the meta.
That's true. That's true. So let's wait and watch what will be the case right here for the side of Team Yama Esports, given the fact that they are on an advantage with the gold, with the kills, and as well as the draft as well. Now that Win's getting getting attacked on his own jungle, Raren quite deep inside though. But wait a minute, will he be able to get out safely? He's just poking it out, almost taking it. Tsunami Slam already coming in. He does have the in lasting insanity, but at the same time, there you go. The turrets have been taken down one by one. But wait a minute, Rod, that is dark for you. He comes in with a fantastic CC combo right here, taking down Lunax.
Exactly. I mean, 4 minutes into the game, the mid tier, the first tier from the mid lane already taken away. That's a huge win for the side of Team Yama. See that how good they are at implementing. It's not only about how well they thought of the draft, about how well the synergy is what they thought of. Good is the rotation is how good are the execution of the draft which they have picked up for themselves. I mean, 5 minutes already, first tier down, opening up the map to the name, feat accomplished by them.
That's true. Seeing the itemization, though, they have picked up a bit of Athena shield as well. But oh my god, Ruby, I am offended, but I don't believe that's a very good, okay, chain CC for Raren along with the Tsunami Slan. That will be the death of him. But at the same time, the members are quite taking down those few tier 2 turrets. Which are standing. Wait a minute, I do feel like she's gonna come in. There you go. Abistizi with the implosion. He is trying to get attacked a lot. He's trying to soak in those damage, but Abistizi will be taken down. There you go. Lunox all dealing that damage. Now, Yama Esports, they are all waiting for Dark though. Here you go. Karita trying to deal some damage, but the Sky Piercer will be helping her to get the kill. Toby jumps in, takes away a kill. He tries to go in for more, but Lunox has to pop a flicker to make sure that she's alive.
What can she do? I think at this point, Team Nextgun, they can only just drift away, move away, because They had the early into the hands, but that's already taken away from them. And of course, as the time goes by, Dark will be scaling up. The Xborg definitely one of the most biggest scalers out there into the hands. And even though there is Claude in the hands of Team Nextgun, right? Because like look at them.
Highly aggressive. They are trying to get their damage up, in terms of Yama Esports as well. But the map control is definitely into the hands of Yama Esports. Even if there's no Abyss TZ, they have Sora. Then they have Toby for the damage. Look at that. Dark tries to jump in, but Kalea, though, he very aware that they don't want to take any fight as of now. Toby jumps in with the ultimate, doesn't find much, but win though. That was a 1v1 situation, a mage versus jungler, while the jungler had to go back.
Definitely, and with this Xborg already making up his third item, meanwhile, just look at Joy. Far behind in the gold. The gold lead, I mean, more than 10,000 gold lead in the hands of Team Yama Esports. They are on the rampage right now. Macro, the first tier, the second tier already from all the lanes taken away, along with the Holy Shield popped off from the mid lane. What else would you need? It's already like only 9 minutes into the game. But look at the lead. Look at the implosions from Abyss.
Oh ho ho, let's wait and watch. The Lords marching in. Here you go. At the same time, there's Toby dealing so much damage. Greed jumps in at the back lanes, but he backs off. He thinks that it's not a safe time, but Lapu Lapu jumps in. He is not getting any kills, but the damage is not getting transferred very well while it takes away a kill. There's Dark as well onto the taking down so much turret damage. Wind will be taken down as well. There's only Cheese as well as uh, Damselet trying to take down the Lord, and they did manage to take down the Lord, but the minions are coming though from the mid lane. They are trying to make sure that it doesn't reaches up to the nexus. What are they going to do? Raren looking very, very low, but wait a minute, they're not over. Cheese tries to buy some time, but Dark, on the other hand, he targets the mage. They are waiting, they are buying time, making sure they are coming in. The turret's being targeted as much as possible. Abisizi not going in for much. He's letting the team work it out for them. And Toby, though, a sliver of HP, he backs it up. And here you go. This is what I was talking about. Implosion, waiting it out for win, and he goes down along with Greed that just comes in for Insanity, who's all alone, and it's a win for Yama Esports.
Well, yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, it's one thing I just noticed, PG, like that how many circular ults do Team Yama Esports have? It's like they're playing circle, circle, Sora with the circle, Tigreal with the circle, Xborg with the last Insanity, and of course, our Blazing Druid also a circle. And yeah, the circle is what's making Team Yama's Esports complete right now because they are on the rampage. Lord already secured, and all the tier 2 cleared out along with the Holy Shields. Yep, this might be a bit defendable since Team Nextcon do have a Claude, but sorry, they do have Ruby. Again, they don't have a marksman, right? They do not have enough lane clearing, even if the rampage comes in from Toby as fuel. I think it might be a hard defend for
That's true. That's true. Now again, like Toby's damage wasn't shining through much, but he was there. He was there as a bit of in a very odd times, making sure that the members will be low as well. So I do wanna see how they will be coming up now in the zone. The Yama Esports, I do believe they have 4 forge points onto their hands. So let's wait and watch. But at the same time, Yama Esports absolute domination, the tankiness worked out so well onto their hands, and plus the damage. I think Sora ban was much needed.
Yep, definitely ban out this guy. But then again, the question is how much can you ban? Like nowadays, there are so many OP heroes in MLPG. I just feel like they should increase the ban from a 10 to 15. And if it was me, I would just ban away all the heroes.
I mean, 10 bans not enough. So let's wait for the MVP. I am curious to see who picks up the MVP. So yeah, let's make some prediction. Who do you think was the MVP of this match?
Um, I, I think maybe Viol because
Oh.
I would say the CC was pretty good, but then it can also be the Claude dealing. I don't know, PG. I think all of them perform really well. But then if I had to guess, might be Abyss and might be Viol.
Oh, highly possible. Now we all did manage to pick up the Sky Piercer and a lot of kills though. So I do believe he might be getting on his hands. So let's see who is it going to be. And oh, surprise, surprise! It's going to be Toby.
See, I said it's the damage coming in from Claude. He was just so farmed up because the entire team gave him the snowball. Because of course, the better your team performs in the early, the more gold for the marksman, right? And like he already had three of his items built. Meanwhile, like even the jungler who's supposed to have the highest gold was lower than Toby. So yeah, he was shredding, and of course the comp, the synergy, and the rotation worked out really well for the Cider team. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Now, I was telling about how he was trying to, be there at the very odd times, but he did make sure to take down much of the turret. So that worked out very well for him, earning the much, respected MVP right here. So at the same time, I'm curious about the results though. How many kills the team members did pick up? So let's wait and watch. Oh, here you go. The results are here. And with the Dark, though, look at him 4011. He has no death so far, and he did make sure to get as much as damage right there with 11 assist. 12 minutes into this game. Uh, Asiya, what do you think? Nexgon could have done on their draft, given the fact that they had no marksmen.
It would be really hard to say. First of all, I would say not a big fan of Joy because there's so much crowd control in the hands of a Joy. I mean, she is immune when she casts the ultimate, but then she has to dive in. Then again, who does she even dive in for? There is a Claude who's already little revealed. He's so mobile, he can just move away out of sight from Joy, right? And of course, Kadita already immune, so much mobility. And these are the two who you basically want to mark. Then with a Joy, they are kind of not markable, right? So maybe since there was an X-Borg, maybe counter it with something else, not a Joy. I think the draft was one of the reasons they could have just counter draft. Maybe a Kai could have worked out well because maybe a Diggy could even work out better for them because there was so much CC and Diggy as well as Sakai can provide the offense, the disengage from the CC.
That's true. That's true. So let's see what will happen. As of now, I'm curious about leaderboards of which team. And here you go. Looks like there are four teams who have qualified for the semi-finals. Here you go. We got Shadow Esports, Godlike, Team Inferno, as well as Team Yama Esports. Nexon still waiting it out, but at the same time, we do have two teams that got disqualified as well, given the fact that they were scored very low. And yep, they will be out of the tournament. And this is the leaderboard, guys. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed the matches. These are the leaderboard as well. Looks like Zoe Blinders did not get any match right here. So that was quite a bummer, but it's fine. We might come back with the season 2 very soon. So, yep, that was the game for today, guys. These are the teams who are trying to get qualified for the semifinals. These are the teams who did qualify for the semifinals very quickly. I think that was a very early game today as well. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take done for the day, and we'll be right back tomorrow.